Evans Ace proudly features Benjamin Moore paint with over 3,500 colors to choose from. With proprietary JetX color technology, Benjamin Moore.
For more than 35 years, Fisher Houses have been there for military and veteran families, saving more than $610 million. The foundation is on the road to building 100 Fisher Houses across the country and overseas. Learn more at fisherhouse.org.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Run Monday deliveries fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking game night delivered by tomorrow night fast. So we can win fast. Cards fast, puzzles fast, team games at your door in a day fast. Doesn't matter what the game is, we will dominate fast. We're talking game over, you win fast. Fast one day delivery for the win. It's on Prime.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6. I'm Heather Curtis. The latest on the February murder of millionaire at his Potomac assisted living facility is a lawsuit filed by his longtime partner's family.
Marquise James awaits a hearing next week on charges of fatally shooting philanthropist Robert Fuller Jr. The family of Fuller's partner, Linda Buttrick, has brought suit against the Cozier facility where James was a medicine technician. The suit claims James not only drugged Ms. Buttrick so she wouldn't be alert during the shooting of Fuller, it also claims there were worries about James as an employee for not following medicinal protocols and even working under the influence. But an effort to point that out by staff went unheard as a nurse who detailed the complaint through an email was fired. Her supervisor at Cozier, the mother of Marquise James. The suit alleges Cozier failed on multiple levels. Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
President Trump continues to pressure partners to help open the critical Strait of Hormuz.
Ensuring tankers can sail through the narrow strait is a simple military operation, the president says, but concedes it does require a lot of ships.
And NATO could help us, but they so far haven't had the courage to do so. And others could help us.
President Trump says China and Japan import most of their oil through the Strait of Hormuz.
It would be nice if those countries would get involved.
A Pentagon spokesman is pushing back on an intelligence report that suggests Iran could close the strait for up to 6 months, saying one assessment does not mean it's possible. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Maryland's Republican lawmakers are pushing for a 30-day sales tax holiday, but keep hitting roadblocks. Senate President Bill Ferguson saying today it's tempting but not practical. He says about a quarter of all revenue for transportation projects comes from the gas tax.
The gas tax holiday would severely jeopardize the underpinning and infrastructure of our economy that relies on those investments.
Senate Minority Whip Justin Reedy says after a gas tax holiday in 2022,
the funds were basically restored. There was no loss of sort of projected overall revenue.
Delegates say they'll propose it as a budget amendment when the House debates the budget next week. Have you ever wondered who are the biggest consumers of Maryland's favorite delicacy, the blue crab?
No, it's not you or your family, no matter how stained your fingers are with Old Bay. Smithsonian researchers who've been studying the issue for decades say the biggest consumers of crabs are the crabs themselves. Scientists at first thought maybe the youngest were being eaten by fish, but no, they're being gobbled up by their parents and aunts and uncles. Researchers say the ones who can dig themselves the deepest in the muck are the ones who have the best chance of survival, so they can continue the circle of life by eating their own young. So remember this the next time you ponder the price for a bushel. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Checking your money, the Dow closed down 443 points. Traffic and weather next.
Prime Monday delivery is fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking game night delivered by tomorrow night fast. So we can win fast. Cards fast, puzzles fast, team games at your door in a day fast. Doesn't matter what the game is, we will dominate fast. We're talking game over, you win fast. Fast one day delivery for the win. It's on Prime.
AmeriQ Credit Union's rewards and high-rate checking accounts are worth celebrating. Open an AmeriQ high-rate checking and earn an unprecedented rate on the first $10,000 in your account. Or open an AmeriQ rewards checking account and earn cash back, travel, and more with every grocery visit, every swipe, and everyone you know. Discover checking accounts worth celebrating and open an account today at ameriq.org/checking. AmeriQ and you. Let's connect. Insured by NCUA.
It's truck and SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows of SUVs ready for winter, like a Ford F-150 XLT, yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $20,999? Or a beautiful Chevy truck Z71, yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader in out of Washington Street, or online at widgetautosales.com.
Your chance at a jackpot is waiting on every corner. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a Powerball ticket today for your chance to win the ever-growing jackpot, currently over $100 million. Good luck out there, New York. Please play responsibly.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
On the outer loop of the Beltway before Route 50 in Lanham, there is an accident in the right lane. The traffic is jammed from Allentown Road. But the earlier accidents on the outer loop at Gallows Road now clear, but still a slow go from the Leesburg Pike, and still slow on the outer loop from Van Dorn Street to the Wilson Bridge. Inner loop jams up from the Leesburg Pike to the spur, and more delays heading in towards Bethesda all the way towards Landover Road. Now, there is an accident in Langley Park on University Boulevard East at 15th Avenue. Use caution there. Also, watch out for delays right now on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway northbound between US 50 and the Beltway and between Nassau Goddard and 197. Now from GarageRepair.com, here's a WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, some scattered showers around 52s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagig on WMAL.
70 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Welcome on this Friday. I have some breaking news. It'll be very, very important to you, and I'll tell you where you can get it yourselves. And it won't be on TV. It won't be on most radio programs. It won't even be on most podcast programs, but it's very, very important. I want to tip my hat to Michael A. Rothman. I have no idea who this gentleman is, but he is good. And the site Honest Reporting. Honest Reporting AI. Joe Kent has been making the rounds on these interview shows, Carlson, Kelly, Carlson's sidekick. He's going to be with Candace Owens and so forth. And ladies and gentlemen, we invited him on this program for an interview. He said he would do it. It's all online. It's public.
Yeah.
We followed up. Open your mic again, Mr. Producer. You contacted him twice. Is that not correct?
Once was through a DM, and the second was publicly.
Publicly and through a DM. So he received them. He says today that we have his number because I interviewed him when he ran for a candidate. He ran as a candidate a long time ago, and we do not have his number. He's checked. Mr. Producer has 3 times. Yesterday, this morning, and again. We don't have his number. So why is this an issue? He has not responded to Mr. Producer, Rich Cement. He does not want to come on the program. He's being advised not to come on the program by Megyn Kelly. I have a new name for Megyn Kelly. A new name for Megyn Kelly. It was a book. It was a movie. It relates to Whitewater. I won't say it yet. I'm guessing it's just a matter of time. But let's move on. He's making the rounds through the podcasters. The woke right, neo-fascist, anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, anti-United States military podcasters. Now, I want to prove this to you. What's going on here? This is a 5th column in the United States of America. That is a movement. A movement that camouflages its real intentions, operates within the population, but has as its purpose to replace our system with another system. We see this with the Marxist Islamists, and now we see it with the neo-fascists. Now I'm going to read this to you. I posted it. I'm not the only one to post it, and it is very, very important. And he writes, Joe Kent goes on Tucker Carlson. Within minutes, not hours, minutes. The same clip, same caption, same outrage floods hundreds of accounts simultaneously. Honest Reporting AI Labs tracked every amplification event in real time, and the data is damning. Now, what you're going to hear is a network, a massive propaganda network, a massive operation. And you're going to see who's involved in it. Tucker Carlson, these other podcasters. The trigger quote, the Israelis drove the decision out of Kent's mouth, was clipped, posted across hundreds of accounts almost simultaneously, not after it trended, during the broadcast, simultaneously, almost. Real breaking news takes time to spread organically. This had a running start. In other words, it's part of a very cutting-edge technological propaganda operation online, where most of you are not day in and day out, but these other people are. And when they write, the Israelis drove the decision, that clip posted across hundreds of accounts, almost simultaneously. Who amplified it? Now look at this coalition. Russia State TV, Iranian State TV, Hamas-aligned Quds News Network, Turkish State TV, Sputnik Brazil, all Islamist, communist coalition. And simultaneously, Jackson Hinkle, Candace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Max Blumenthal, in Russia, Iran, Hamas, MAGA dissidents, all posting the same message at the same time. The same message at the same time. When does that happen naturally, he writes? Never. The charts tell the story precisely. This is AI. They were tracking it. Within 2 to 4 hours of the Tucker broadcast, track amplification events spiked to 30, dominated by MAGA dissident amplifiers and pro-Palestinian Islamist networks firing off in parallel. Boom, 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 boom. They have a second chart that shows how far the narrative traveled from what Kent actually said. By the time the amplification cycle was complete, the message had escalated. The message had escalated from Kent's original claim all the way to Israel controls America. An approximately 85 to 90% departure from the source material. That's not an interpretation. That is narrative laundering. It is full-blown Islamist, Nazi, fascist propaganda. With these top podcasters, Russian state media, Iranian state media, Hamas state media, Turkish state media, and Sputnik Brazil state media. The rollout wasn't spontaneous. Kent resigned. Tucker booked him within hours. Real whistleblowers are chaotic. They call journalists from parking lots. They don't have a media tour lined up before the ink even dries on the resignation letter, now do they? And here's what's got buried, they write. Here's what got buried in all of it. From 2020 to 2024, Joe Kent publicly and repeatedly called for destroying Iran's nuclear and ballistic capabilities. That record was almost completely absent from the amplified conversation. Narrative laundering is what it's called. Narrative laundering doesn't only determine what to amplify, it determines what to erase. The FBI was already investigating Joe Kent. He resigned to control the narrative. The speed, the uniformity, the foreign state amplification, that's not organic. There was a coordinated information operation, and the people pushing it included both foreign adversaries and Americans who should know better. Carlson, Kelly, and others. It's amazing. Russia, Iran, Hamas, American dissidents, all pushing the same message at the same time is not a coincidence. It's an operation. I posted this on my social sites. I didn't write it. I didn't even know what was going on. Something was going on. Something was going on. If you look on the internet, if you look on Twitter, X, whenever I post something, the same people come in with the foul mouths, with the language. They repeat what the podcasters say. They repeat what the Russians say. They repeat what the Mandamis say. It's a massive operation. A massive operation. And you actually have Americans working with, mostly knowingly, some who may not know exactly what's going on, but they know who's promoting it. And then the ones who tell you, look at how many followers I have. Look at all the eyes I have. Candace Owen, Megyn Kelly, always brag about, look at all these followers I have. Now, these are people who couldn't make it in TV. They couldn't make it on radio. They couldn't make it on cable. But all of a sudden, they're fantastic. Everybody can't wait to see them and hear what they have to say. They can't wait. Why would Russian TV, Iranian TV, Hamas TV, Turkish TV, and so forth be promoting this? And then their most loyalist followers in those countries tune into these podcasters. See how it works? And then they say, look at our numbers. They're unbelievable. He's got 20 million followers, 10 million followers. But they're not MAGA. They're not Americans. And so what happens? They have figured out how to make their money. This crap about how bad America is, how good Hitler is, how bad Churchill was, the Jews are this, the Christians are that, and isn't Sharia law great, and isn't Qatar great, and don't go to war with Iran, even though they're getting nukes to aim at us. And so, there's a reason they message this way. They're doing the work of the enemy. Joe Kent is the latest useful idiot. That's what he is. Of course he won't come on this program. It's not a matter of we know how to reach him. I'm telling you we don't. We contacted him directly. Mr. Producer did. On the internet, privately and publicly. And he knows it because he was on this podcast show today. Kelly. Boy, is that woman obsessed with me. I don't know what's going on with her and her hubby, but she is obsessed with. And by the way, so is Tucker. I don't go that way, Tucker. I didn't listen to either of these. People send me some of the transcripts. It's just not my thing. Buddy of mine says, he must have mentioned you 50 times. I don't know. It doesn't matter. For a guy they claim is old with no audience, they sure are obsessed with me, aren't they, Mr. Producer? Crazy. But I want you to know who they're in bed with. I want you to know who they're in bed with. Russia, Iran, Hamas, Turkey under Erdogan. Simultaneously pushing this stuff out. Candace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Max Bloomflow, there's the real putz. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, he's really the kingpin. These aren't mistakes. These are highly sophisticated networks, well-funded propaganda operations. And they're trying to destroy the Trump presidency while they're pretending to be part of it. They keep saying MAGA's divided when MAGA's not divided. The major media continues to give these people voice, regurgitates what they say. The Drudge Report, Mediaite, they're not alone. Reuters, AP, New York Times, Washington Post, Politico. They think this is great. It's not great. They're giving aid and comfort to the enemy. They are the enemy. They are the enemy. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
It's time for a little spring cleaning, and I know where to start. Go drag your old, dated wireless contract out of the closet and beat it with a broom. Then freshen things up by switching to Pure Talk, my wireless company. It gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data, just $25 a month, with no contract, no cancellation fees, and no overseas customer service if you ever need help. I'm guessing you're going to like them as much as my listener, Paul, from Greer, South Carolina. He says, I finally listened to Mark Levin's advice and switched from Verizon. I'm getting the very same service for less than half of what I was paying Verizon. I long wondered if these much lower services could provide the same level of service as the big boys. Now I know that Pure Talk certainly can. Thank you, Paul. And now it's time for you to take my advice, folks. Dial pound 250 and say Mark Levin and switch to Pure Talk. Dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, and you'll save 50% off your first month as well. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
From 123 to the 270 spur, more delays from 355 to Ritchie Marlborough Road, and delays continue from 210 to the Wilson Bridge. Outer loop still heavy from Van Dorn Street to the Wilson Bridge. Earlier accidents on the outer loop at Gallows Road and on the outer loop in Lanham. All of those accidents now cleared from the roadway. You will still find accident activity on University Boulevard East at 15th Avenue in Langley Park, and at Capitol Heights there is an accident on Walker Mill Road at Addison Road. Slow going traffic right now due to an accident on northbound New Hampshire Avenue north of Eastern Avenue at Sheridan Street. And in Prince William County, there is a crash on Old Bridge Road at Gordon Boulevard. Now from GarageRepair.com, here's the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, showers likely, mainly early. Lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with highs around 7.
Prime one-day delivery is fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking yoga mats and fitness trackers delivered so fast you can kick off your routine tomorrow fast. We're talking weights at your door without really waiting fast. Water bottles and hydration backpacks fast and fast. Resistance bands faster than you can say feel the burn fast. More jump ropes just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Make it fast. Whew. That was actually a good workout fast. Fast one-day delivery for all things fitness. It's on Prime.
With Verbo, it pays to book your 30A stay early. Save over $530 when booking 7+ night stays at least 60 days in advance and secure your dream vacation home before it's gone. Verbo, book now, relax longer. Average savings $550. Select homes only.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it.
Fucking son of a
Start
bitch.
your morning at McDonald's
The
and
fuck?
mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
It's Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale. Buy one, get one 40% off when you buy 4 or more by March 31st. And $150 off each window and door with no minimum purchase. Schedule your free consultation
device
today
don't wanna work right.
at elevatorwindows.com.
Your chance at a jackpot is waiting on every corner. Head to your favorite New York lottery retailer and grab a Powerball ticket today for your chance to win the ever-growing jackpot. Currently over $100 million. Good luck out there in New York. Please play responsibly.
If I would have kept making only the minimum payments on my credit cards, my debt would have taken me 47 years to pay off.
These are real National Debt Relief customers.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out of debt by myself.
Credit card, medical, or personal loan debt? National Debt Relief negotiates with your creditors to reduce what you owe.
National Debt Relief got me out of debt?
You could be debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to learn more and get started. nationaldebtrelief.com.
For some children, a single surgery can turn an untreated cleft into a smile for life. But at Smile Train, we understand that most children need a little extra care through long-term solutions that create lifelong smiles. They need nourishment to ensure they grow healthy and strong. They need a confident voice so they can express themselves clearly. They need emotional support and counseling to help them navigate the challenges of school and home life. And they need orthodontic and dental care to make sure their smiles light up the room as brightly as possible. Visit smiletrain.org to learn how Smile Train is supporting the cleft community with lifelong smiles. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
So you got a guy here, I don't give a damn. Military record does not give him immunity, doesn't expunge his future activity. Who's accused of leaking, according to published reports with various sources. It said he's under an investigation by the FBI. Now, an investigation is not guilt, but it's a very serious matter. And they blow it off. Oh, the FBI, they haven't gotten Comey, they haven't gotten this, they haven't gotten that. That's all smoke. We can criticize the FBI all we want, but that doesn't give a pass to this guy. Did he leak? To whom did he leak? And what did he leak? Simple. I'd love to have him on the program. I've got a whole host of questions for him. I've got his press releases, his public statements. I've got his associations with Nick Fuentes. I've got a whole lot. I'd like to talk to him. Megyn Kelly, deep, fill in the blank. She's full-throated, telling him don't do it. I mean, this isn't a conspiracy. This is a reality. So he goes along, he gives these interviews, It's obvious Carlson knew he was going to resign. Don't you think, Mr. Producer? They were all set for him. It wasn't actually a real interview. It was a play. They knew what they were going to do. The sentence they want gets out. Russian TV grabs it. Iranian TV grabs it. Hamas grabs it. Turkey grabs it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, Max Blumenthal, they all grab it almost simultaneously, and they push it out.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Dr. Howard Levine, Director of Cleveland Nasal Sinus and Sleep Center. During cold and flu season, I tell my patients the key to staying well is to pull out germs, mucus, bacteria, and viruses from the nose using the Navage-powered nasal irrigator. I irrigate my own nose daily with Navage to stay healthy and after seeing sick patients.
For drug-free congestion relief, trust #1 doctor-recommended Navage. Available at Walmart and Walgreens.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. Breaking this hour, President Trump says he's considering winding down the war in Iran, and he thinks when he's ready to end the war, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be too.
We want victory, both of us, and that's what we've got.
When asked about reports that the administration's planning on deploying 4,500 sailors and Marines and 3 more warships to the Middle East, he said,
As far as troops are concerned, I can't tell you what we're doing.
WSSC says it plans to have a bypass up and running today to divert wastewater around a 30-inch sewer main that collapsed near Germantown Elementary School early yesterday morning, and that caused a cascading effect, breaking a gas line and opening a sinkhole. Once it's running, crews will immediately start removing and replacing the collapsed pipe, and water is safe to drink. Up next, traffic and weather.
Not planning today can cost you tomorrow. Stop worrying and start planning with Trajan Wealth. Contact Trajan today at 202-750-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
It may be raining, but it's also your chance to make it rain. So grab an umbrella, throw on those rain boots, and head to your favorite retailer to pick up a Mega Millions ticket. Because what's a little rain? Especially when the jackpot has a chance to pour down over $40 million right here in New York. Good luck out there. And please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the Hope line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
It's truck and SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows of SUVs ready for winter, like a Ford F-150 XLT, yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $20,999? Or a beautiful Chevy truck Z71, yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader in out of Washington Street, or online at widgetautosales.com.
Here's Rich Robertson with a CES IT Service Tech Tip.
Hi. For over 30 years, I have received multiple calls from CEOs that go like this. Rich, we're terminating our IT team at 5 o'clock. Can you help us? Or it's an IT director asking, hey, we lost a tech and we can't find a good replacement. Can you fill the gap? Of course we can. What they were not expecting is that our cost of IT services is only half. That's right, half of what they were paying for the previous IT staff. Our managed and co-managed services cost less, and we bring along a high level of advanced cybersecurity expertise.
Visit CESITservice.com to schedule a quick 15-minute call or call 301-620-1580. CES IT Service is your secure network to quality IT service. CESITservice.com or call 301-620-1580.
Making sense of your world.
I don't know where to begin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Thanks for taking my call.
Making sense of the news. My program, bringing the family together every night around the radio. These children are in need of an education. The Mark Levin Show.
Tough as hell. That's why I like Mark Levin. I'm not sure a lot of people like him. He's tough as hell. But I like him. I love him.
Call in now. 877-381-3811.
Love you too, Mr. President. Greatest president. Let me tell you something. You're going to wish he was still president when he's gone. The things he has done are just unbelievable. Don't forget Life, Liberty, and Levin tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. 2 great shows this weekend. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. All on Fox, of course. You can set your DVR. Set your DVR. I've just revealed to you in Talk Radio Land with Michael A. Rothman revealed about honest reporting AI. This is not some right-wing thing and so forth and so on. But even if it was, it doesn't matter. They've got the goods. They've got the goods. Joe Kent's resignation was all planned. He won't come on this program because I'm not going to give him a Megyn Kelly, how can I put this, kiss-ass interview. Or a Tucker Carlson kiss-ass interview. Or Candace Owens kiss-ass interview. You know the crowd. It's the same crowd. A bunch of jerks in a circle. Can I put it that way, Mr. Producer? That's a nice way to do it. And I have nothing but contempt for these people and for Joe Kent, who's done this to the president, to the country. It's an outrage. How his words are being used by the enemy. And then even this process, they change the word. You know, there's this guy, Thomas Woods, out there. He's an anarchist. The big Ron Paul guy. He used to trash Reagan. He used to trash Milton Friedman. You know, they're not good enough for this guy who's a loser. And he posts this morning, Levin's a liar. Look at this. I publicly posted for Joe Kent. Come on the radio show. I'd like to interview you for an hour. And Kent says, sure, got it. And we've been following up. We can't get a hold of the guy. And yet he sees what we're sending him. And today he confesses that he saw it, but says, but they know how to get a hold of me. We don't know how to get a hold of you. Apparently, some people do. How's that? I have some basic little questions to ask the man. Have you leaked? Why were you cut out of classified briefings? Why did Nick Fuentes say that you guys had a back channel? But you don't have to reveal it. That causes you problems to get elected. I got a zillion questions for this guy. And you can see he's going through now a podcaster tour, but only a handful of selected podcasters. And he'll wind up at CNN and MSNBC, or MS Now, whatever it's, and they will slobber all over him. The Russians like him now. The Iranians like him now. Hamas likes him now. Erdogan's Turkey likes him now. Why is it that today on TV, yet again, the Iranian state-run TV, they just hang these three young men and this wrestler publicly? Hang them. 19 years old. Why are they running Tucker Carlson clips on state-run TV? Because he's trashing the president. He's trashing MAGA. He's trashing the United States of America. He's trashing the American military. They're trying to dispirit their citizenry and strengthen the Iranian Guard. Why do they run Tucker Carlson on Russian TV under Putin? Why do they do that? The Hamas-aligned Quds network. Ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of a war where we have brave men and women fighting, is this okay with you? So who covers for this guy? The anarchists? Like Thomas Woods, who's a vile excuse for a human being? This cabal of America-hating podcasters who claim to be America first. By the way, this is quite typical of propagandists. They claim to be what they're not, and then they accuse you of being what they actually are. And they repeat it and repeat it, and they repeat it over again. We're very disappointed in the president. He's abandoned MAGA. He's lied about what he was running on and so forth. These are pipsqueaks. Pipsqueaks. They're nobodies. Haven't you wondered, how did they get so big? How do they have these audiences? Is it because they're smart? No. A lot of their audience is overseas, and a lot of their audience are Democrats and Marxists and Nazis and Klansmen and fascists and just people who hate the president, MAGA, and hate you and hate the country in many cases. Russian TV, Iranian TV, Hamas-aligned Quds network, Turkish TV will never run my show. They'll never run my show. Where I condemn them, where I condemn the terrorists, where I condemn their ideology, where I stand up for America and our president. It's the most patriotic program around. There's a handful of us left. Of course they won't. But it's worse than that. What's revealed here, and again, you can go to X and on the site, The Mark Levin Show, you can pick it up yourself and read it yourself. They demonstrate the massive cutting-edge nature of this propaganda, how it's pushed out to Candace Owens and Marjorie Trader Gown Green and this guy Max Blumenthal, how it's pushed out to Russia and Iran and Hamas and MAGA dissidents. Why they say the same thing? Now you'll notice, because you're sharp, you're smart, it's sort of the same thing on the left. They all carry the same billboard signs around. Yeah, and they wear billboards too. With the same words, often the same exact signs. They could be in LA, they could be in New York, they could be in Detroit, wherever they are. It's the same thing. So we're dealing with the America-hating extremist left and the America-hating extremist fascist right. And we as constitutional conservatives, we must defend this country. We must defend our president, our military, our Declaration and Constitution. Have you noticed also these so-called podcasters? They never talk up America, ever, unless they think they can somehow use it to camouflage what they're pushing. Do you think Russia State TV would be pushing podcasters or guests like Joe Kent if they didn't think it would hurt America? And you're America, Mr. and Mrs. America. I think the Third Reich will be running Tucker Carlson clips, Megyn Kelly clips, Candace Owen clips, Steve Bannon clips. You better believe they would. I think Imperial Japan would have been running their clips. And interpreting in Japanese. They'd be in Japanese, they'd be in German, they'd be in Italian for Mussolini. These people are undermining our country. Now, they're good at personal attacks. They're good at cursing. They're good at looking Western. They're good at enriching themselves, constantly grifting. They want you to be impressed by them because how many followers they have. But ask them, where are the followers from? Where's the audience from? Where's it from? Which countries? Which countries are they from? Not ours. If you go online, it's toxic. It's really a cesspool. And you will find, if you stand up for the president, you stand up for our military, you condemn Iran, you condemn the hangings of these 3 young men, that's just sickening, you will be attacked. There'll be a flood, like fleas on a dead carcass. They'll be flooding in, saying the most heinous things. The most heinous things. And when you fight back, it's not just me, I'm watching other people. Then they accuse you of what they're doing. Of what they're doing. HonestReporting.ai, I want to thank you. You tracked the Joe Kent narrative in real time. You tracked what you found. The numbers don't lie. It's real computerized data. And they've been exposed. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. WMAL, more than just politics, because laughter is the best medicine. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
There's an accident that has Route 1 closed southbound between Joplin Road and Locust Shade Drive. Northbound is closed between Quantico and Locust Shade Drive, so follow direction there. Also in Prince William County, there is accident activity right now on Old Bridge Road at Gordon Boulevard and on Linton Hall Road at Something Manor Drive. Meanwhile, in Maryland, in Langley Park, there is a crash on University Boulevard East at 15th Avenue and on Walker Mill Road at Addison Road in Capitol Heights. And in Glendale, watch out for the accident on Glendale Boulevard at Daisy Lane. Now from GarageBreakHair.com, here's the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, showers likely, mainly early. Lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. The highs around 70.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
It's truck and SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, the used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows of SUVs ready for winter, like a Ford F-150 XLT, yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $20,999? Or a beautiful Chevy truck Z71, yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, the used car leader in out of Washington Street, or online at widgetautosales.com.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC 140530.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so, too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Making sense of your world.
There are a lot of things that really tick me off.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
I think radio is the most patriotic format in America. It's why conservative talk radio succeeded where nothing did. The great Rush Limbaugh, Bob Grant, I could name a zillion people. There's a lot of great conservative broadcasters today, local and national. And I want to encourage all of you who are listening to me tonight. I don't own this information. It was presented to me. It's presented to my wife. She gave it to me right before the program. I didn't create this information, but it is bulletproof. And we need to use this format. I urge you, all of you, all broadcaster brothers and sisters in this format, I urge you, on satellite, I urge you to share this information with your listeners. We are the only beacon of liberty left, not TV. Most of the podcasters are rotten as they come, some great, don't get me wrong, but not enough. The left-wing media is a disaster. This is a big deal. We've got to use our voices, our platforms, our microphones. God bless our affiliates. God bless you. To make it clear what's taking place. This isn't some political group putting this out. This isn't some website putting this out. This is a real thing that was tracked through AI. There is an elaborate partnership, or at least a collusion, between certain podcasters in this country and enemy and adversary states. And these podcasters are never talking up America. They're always talking it down. They're always talking down America. That's you, Mr. and Mrs. America. Those are our brothers and sisters fighting this war. Those are our parents and grandparents who fought World War II. There's obviously an enormous amount of money being invested into this by foreign governments. That's my guess. It's sophisticated. It's technologically cutting edge. You know, from an interview, take a phrase, push it out all over the world, all over to our media. Joe Kent, knowingly, is a useful idiot. I don't want to hear about his military experience. We're not discussing that. It's great military experience, fantastic, 5 stars. I'm moving on. You don't leak against the president. That's the allegation. You're cut out of classified discussions, and you're the number 2 intel guy in the White House. This could be the biggest security scandal since Aldra Hiss. I don't know that it is. I don't know. But it could be. And that means Donald Trump has been victimized. That means the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of War, the Secretary of State, the CIA director, who specifically testified under oath that what this man Kent said was wrong. And yet he's embraced and is being pushed out. I don't believe for 2 seconds that Kent and Carlson weren't in communication. And I want to discuss this with Kent, but he won't show up. He won't do it. That's the bottom line. You'll have to answer to the FBI, I guess. Tucker Carlson puts out this weird video about his texts, trying to get in front of some scandal. Why would he put out the video? They looked at my text. I have communications, but I'm a journalist. You can't get me. I'm a journalist. Communications with whom? Iran, I guess. Well, what were those communications? Iran's not just another country. It's not Australia. It's not New Zealand. You know, it's an enemy. What if a podcaster had communications with the Third Reich during World War II? Would that be okay? I'm not saying he did. I'm saying he's the one that put out the video. History is unfolding right before our eyes. The President of the United States has been absolutely exquisite. He's restoring strength to our borders, strength to our military. He's taking on an enemy regime that nobody would take on. He's putting this country back on a path of common sense and constitutional principles. But the president needs our help. He needs the support of millions and millions of informed, engaged citizens who are willing to stand up for faith, family, and freedom and the truth. There's more work to be done, and that's where we come in. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, unlike other senior groups, AMAC is built around the values we hold dear. Members receive trusted news, the outstanding AMAC magazine, money-saving discounts on travel and insurance, and a lot more. And right now, you can join for 5 years for just $47. A fitting way to be part of an organization that supports your values. Go to amac.com, amac.us/Levin, that's AMAC.us/LEVIN. Join the Association of Mature American Citizens today. Now, folks, you've known me for over 20 years, those of you who've been here that long. Some of you 10 years, 3 years, whatever it is. I've never lied to you. I've spent all my years conveying to you our love of America, our patriotism, talking history and philosophy and our founding. We've worked together to try and get the right people elected to office. I've written 10 books that many of you have read, at least in part. You know where I stand. And you know I'm earnest about what I convey to you. That I trust you and I'm honest with you. These people are very, very evil. Very evil.
WMAL, making sense of education, because what's happening in your kid's school matters. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Missing or broken teeth can cause real emotional and physical pain. But imagine waking up with a brand new smile, one that brings confidence, energy, and happiness back into your life, including all the foods you love. A total game changer, that's what Arch One from Cascades One Dental can provide. Dr. R at Cascades One Dental is my friend, my dentist, and he's a pioneer when it comes to full mouth dental implants and the Arch One system. With Arch One, you get one doctor, one office, and one low price. In as little as 1 day, you can have teeth that look, feel, and function just like natural, healthy teeth. I was talking to Dr. R, and he wants to make more people smile confidently. So he's agreed to offer 15% off the Arch One implant for any current or past military member or any current government employee. If that's you or someone you love, call Cascades One Dental and transform your smile with Arch One. Call 844-ARCH-1 or visit arch1implants.com.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton, and people often ask me, what is the Good Feet store? A shoe store? I respond, we are an arch support store. Most people don't realize that we have 4 arches in the foot. Not only that, but there are 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 tendons and ligaments in each foot. There is no way that a mass-produced shoe is going to meet the specific needs of your feet. That's where we come in at the Good Feet store. When you come in, our staff is going to welcome you and listen to your needs. We want to learn about you, your lifestyle, your work, and the types of shoes you enjoy wearing. Then after measuring your feet, we are going to fit you from a selection of over 300 styles and sizes of arch supports. We want to find the right system for you. Haven't you spent enough time trying different shoes and all of the disposable products that are supposed to make your feet feel better? Come into the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk with our life-changing arch supports. The Good Feet store has locations across Greater DC and Baltimore. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today, or just stop by the store nearest you.
Child abuse is not a bad parent problem.
And the causes may be different than you think.
You see, paid family leave
That prevents child abuse.
And high quality, affordable childcare
prevents child abuse too.
Prevent Child Abuse America promotes programs and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
We prevent child abuse.
From ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. President Trump signals the war in Iran could be ending soon. He says he's considering winding it down because we're getting very close to meeting our objectives. The Lebanese Prime Minister and Pope Leo among those asking the president for a ceasefire and direct talks with Iran. President Trump saying today,
We can have dialogue, but I don't want to do a ceasefire. You know, you don't do a ceasefire when you're literally obliterating the other side.
he says Iran's leaders are dead and their Navy and Air Force are gone. A major twist in the February fatal shooting of a millionaire at his Potomac senior living facility.
A civil lawsuit filed by the family of the longtime partner of the victim, Robert Fuller Jr., claims Cozier's facility's medicine technician, Marquise James, charged with Fuller's murder, drugged the partner to make sure she wasn't alert during the shooting. Other allegations say James may have disobeyed medicine protocols. This was also pointed out by a nurse in an email, Attorney Michael Belston.
She had concerns that he was acting.
They pulled their vehicles over here. John's plowing, yeah.
Questions about his handling of medication and questions about his interaction with patients.
So did you talk to George?
Marquise James's mother, starting WMAL and WMAL.com.
The battle between a group of Maryland sheriffs and state lawmakers over local cooperation with ICE has escalated again.
A new proposal would require local law enforcement to certify they're not working with ICE in order to receive state funding. Several sheriffs have been defiant, including Jim DeWeese of Carroll County.
My office
Looks like I'm probably playing cards.
Participate in a formal agreement, and as a result, we developed an informal agreement.
Comments like that prompted a last-minute amendment. As insurance, sheriffs will comply. Governor Wes Moore says ICE doesn't need help.
ICE is the largest law enforcement agency in America. It is larger than the FBI.
The bill has passed the Senate. It's now in the House. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Congress again fails to pass a bill to fund DHS and end the shutdown.
Republicans asked to fund all of Homeland Security, even temporarily, while negotiating Democrats' demands over reforms to immigration enforcement. Republican Senator Bernie Moreno.
I'm not suggesting that we permanently fund this forever. For instance,
Excuse me.
let's reopen the Department of Homeland Security for 2 weeks.
Democrats have insisted on funding agencies within DHS piecemeal.
Oh, I'm live, so now I gotta shut down since you're here.
Fund TSA, telling Moreno.
Georgie's coming over now.
I thought he said Chinsky said something about it too. I don't know. He didn't know. He hadn't heard back from him or whatever. But I had to leave the other night. That sucked.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
I had to take fucking Tommy down to our old house.
Hold on, let me, because I'm live. They can hear every word we're saying. So let me open my camera for a minute and say goodbye, everybody. I gotta go. Looks like I'm playing cards tonight.
Need his money.
And associates, a doctorate degree.